If you are a CDO or a chief data officer or a CIO, chief information officer, how many data people should your company hire in order to stay competitive?
Yeah, this is a really tough question because leaders often say that, the source of their competitive advantage comes from their people, not just their services or their products. And if that's true, then the best way to tell what your company's core competency is to look at, the footprint of your employees and their function. And so if you look at companies like Wayfair, for instance, recently in the press, they claim that they had 3,000 engineers and data scientists. Now, out of their total employee base, that's close to 18%. Now, you're probably sitting here and thinking, well, that's not a traditional company. Wayfair is a online, digital data-first organization. But then you look at banks and more traditional organizations like DBS Bank, for instance. Their CEO recently was quoted in the press saying that we're now increasingly seeing or thinking of ourselves as a technology company offering financial services rather than a traditional bank. And the fact that we have twice as many engineers than banker is perhaps a testimony to the shift in the nature of the company that we are. So if you think about that, you have to ask yourself, how many data employees should you employ as a percentage of your total employee base? And here, what we've learned from the community, and here I've got to give credit to Kirk Bourne, he's a chief scientist officer at Data Prime, and has come up with some really interesting, I think, useful ratios. According to him, approximately 100% of your employees should be data literate, and that makes sense. That's the ability to recognize, understand, and talk data. We want everyone to be literate when it comes to reading data, if you will. A third should be data fluent. So what that means is the ability to analyze and create arguments and present results with data. And about 10% should be data professionals. So now that means they are paid to create value from data. So now roles like chief scientists, data analysts, BI specialists kind of fit in that category. So what I would tell your customers here is that, if you're listening here, what is your percentage today, according to these ratios here, and what do you think it should be so you can innovate with data?